Magic Overtime with Dante and Galante is brought to you by Tobacco Free Florida. And welcome back to Magic Overtime with Dante and Galante and the Batman. There he is down there. Tony, want to get your thoughts. When we have everyone in the studio, we always talk about this group of guys. And Keon Dooling was actually in town, and he said he still keeps in touch with a lot of the guys. I think he mentioned you as well, and said the camaraderie that's on this team is unlike any other group he's been around. Is that a fair assessment, would you say?
Definitely. I would say that I've created more of a brotherly bond with my Magic teammates than with any other team or group of guys that I've been on. Definitely.
And how is that? Is it just with – because I hear you guys in the locker room. You got the way that you guys get on each other in the locker room.
Non-stop fun.
It is, right?
Yeah. I think we can seriously get on each other and push each other to be the best, but at the same time we can jive and joke with the best of them.
Speaking of joking, now one of the things that you always grab me at the end of the game, I'm always grabbing guys for interviews, for television, for radio, and the first thing you always ask me is –
do you need me?
Do you need me? Now, do you need me? Do you need me? And a lot of times the answer is
no, and a lot of times it's after Dwight's had a monster game and I know you don't need me. After Dwight's got like 87 points and like 53 rebounds, I say, you need me for an interview.
And the funny thing was against New Jersey the other night, I actually did need you, and then that interview got canceled. So it messed up our graph here that we have here. We keep track of every post-game interview that we do during the year, okay, Tone? And the graph here you're about to see on the monitor
as soon as they show
today.
it. And I'm sure it's coming soon.
And there's our look at our post-game interviews. Okay, you see Dwight way ahead at the bottom here.
Right.
And then we got Richard and Jameer,
Yeah.
the usual suspects. And way up at the top, right above Jeremy Richardson, Tony, that's you right there. We got to work on that green bar.
Yeah, I'd rather be first place last than second place last. So,
The bad thing, though, is, Tony, is that you are behind March and Gortat right now.
But March has had an interesting season, so maybe
very interesting.
And there's been a lot of Polish media, so maybe that's the reason for that.
And I think he was like the first Polish to start in the NBA. So the Polish media, does that really count in this scenario here or what?
I think in this one it might.
I think we're overlooking that you're tied with Jeremy. I think is what we're overlooking.
But at least mine's is, what is that? What color is that?
I think that's a seafoam green.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Well, I'll take that over the purple or pastel that you want to give Jeremy.
That's true. All right, well, Tony, take a look at the monitor. It's time for our Geico fan question. Take a look at the monitor, and let's roll the footage for Tony.
Hi, Tony. This is Steve from Lake Mary. Last year when you were out, I know you did some radio and TV broadcasting, and I was wondering if that was something you wanted to do when you retire.
All right, well, good question. Apparently when your playing days are over, you've thought about getting into broadcasting a little bit.
I think so. Look at you guys. If you guys can get a show, then, hey,
You got to be able to shoot way higher than this.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short like this.
You guys went from, like I said, the back room of the radio studio to on TV.
I have no problem calling this Magic Overtime with Dante and Tony.
Hey, wait a second.
Not one bit.
This desk right here is pretty high enough for me.
Right.
Like, my knees are hitting here, too. So, I think I would fit better over here.
We should have switched spots for this one.
He should. Yeah. Well, I think he's saying he should replace you. Is where it's
altogether.
Kind of altogether.
The
desk
depends
fits.
on how big the budget is.
It's not that big.
Nope.
It's not Tony Battie.
Right back in the running, George.
There we go. And here I am.
But talk about what made you get into that. Is that something seriously that you thought about getting into? I know everybody talks about what they're going to do when they're done playing days are over, but
I thought about it in last year with the injury and everything. I got the chance to work with Dew and a couple of the other guys on some hands-on things. So it kind of just snowballed from there. So, yeah, it really is an interest now.
You're on the radio broadcast with Dennis Newman on AM 580 WDBO. Just how did radio feel to you? You don't have to worry about cameras and any of that stuff.
Plus, you have a face for radio.
Ouch.
Wow. I was going to say that about you guys, but I was trying to be nice.
Well, no, that's true. We do.
Working with Dennis is a pro. He made it easy for me. His description of the game is, it's like painting a portrait. So, every game. And not only that, it's better seat than where I was sitting at last year, and better seat than where I'm sitting this year. You're sitting mid-court, you're in the middle of the action, and basically you just kind of call it how you see it. You've been around, you've been playing this game all your life, so it kind of comes easy.
But you got to be thrilled that you're playing now. We're not bothering you with media requests. Let's be honest. You got to be.
I love wearing my uniform more than I I did wearing a suit last year.
All right, well, fair enough. Well, keeping in the broadcaster theme, we're going to have you look at the monitor, and we want to have you make the call. We're going to have you call this play, all right? We're going to run a little footage, so you take us through it as Tony Battie can, all right? Here we go. Roll the clip.
Now, this is Magic at Indiana from February 6th.
Murphy knocks down the second free throw. Magic inbound the ball. Stan Van Gundy makes a call. Here come Hedo Turkoglu down the left side of the floor. Kicks it back. Tony Battie for three. That looked good from the moment he shot it, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a smooth shot. That really did look good, Tone.
Okay. Indiana throws it down, steal by the Magic. The clock expires. That's the end of the first quarter, folks. Stay tuned. We're going to take a break, bring back with the second quarter.
All right, very good, very good. He can do this. He can do this.
A little rough, but, you know.
Well, we just threw it on you.
On the fly. I'll take that on the fly.
It was on the
You were
fly.
prepared. But let's talk about three-pointers for a second. Now, you made that one.
Yeah.
But you've shot a couple of this season that maybe were a little suspect.
Well, I was under the gun. I mean, they hit me at the last minute. At least, you know, with that one, I had time to gather myself and, you know.
What about the one against Atlanta when there was about 8 seconds left on the shot clock and Stan yanked you right out of the game afterwards?
I don't recall that. As Roger happened. Clemens, I misremember that one.
All right, Tony, we'll take a look at the monitor. This is our favorite segment on the show. For us, it's just a segment. For you guys, it's life. I mean, this is what you guys have to deal with every single day. It's time for our What Did Hedo Just Say segment. All right? We play this segment on the show with regularity. Just listen, and then you're going to take a stab at what Hedo Turkoglu just said. Right. Roll the audio.
That I'll make it and just, focus and just have a bit of routine and just.
Okay, the beginning was a little tough. What do you make out of that?
I know he said he's focused and.
This is a tough one because I thought he said bacon. So, all right, let's. Do we have it with video? Let's play it with video and see if you can maybe read lips a little bit.
That I'll make it and just focus and just have a bit of routine and. Just.
He said he makes it, he focused, and he has some sort of routine. Is he talking about a free throw or what?
That might be right. I think that's right. This may be history on the show.
I speak a little Turkish.
Let's see if Tony's right. I think that might be the correct answer.
We have the words.
That I'll make it and just focus and just have a bit of routine and just work.
Well, that's as close as anybody has ever gotten on the show. Okay. You win the prize. I don't know what the prize is because we didn't expect anybody to ever win.
We've never had to give anything away on that. But he is a character on this team, isn't he? Hedo Turkoglu.
Very much so. Very much so. Hedo has, he's really fitting good with the comedy and the jokes and everything. He pretty much is the brunt of a lot of jokes, but he gets to stab you every now and then himself.
All right, that was our What Did Hedo Just Say segment. Tony, we're going to close this thing out here with our Would You Rather segment. We haven't graduated much from our days back in the radio closet, but we still got our Would You Rather question.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, Tony Battie, would you rather always have to speak in rhyme, okay, or not hear every third word spoken to you? So roses are, violets are.
We get it.
I think I'd rather speak in rhyme.
That's probably correct.
Yeah. That would be good.
That would get frustrating
every
after a
time
while.
you did an interview to have to do it in rhyme. But then imagine you'd get to miss every third word of Stan.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That might be a bad thing.
That was our Would You Rather segment. Still lots to do here with Tony Battie as we close this thing out. And we want to remind everyone, go to magicovertime.com. We're giving away those Magic Pistons tickets on February 27th. And also text 57375, keyword overtime. Magic Overtime. Go to that. You got to hit it. We need the hits.
Homepage, Tony.
Go check it out. Mad Dog, how are we closing this out?
Well, Dante, when we come back, we'll take a look at a special night at Amway Arena where some very deserving organizations were honored by the Orlando Magic Youth Fund. And before we break, we invite you to log on to OrlandoMagicShop.com, the official online store of the Orlando Magic. Tonight, we are offering you a special discount code to get $5 off any order of $20 or more. Text the word SHOP to 57375 to receive a bounce back code to redeem your discount online. Magic Text is brought to you by T-Mobile.
Magic Overtime with Dante and Galante is brought to you by Tobacco Free Florida.